in considering Proverbs 19, verses 5 through 9, that a false witness that speaketh lies shall not go unpunished.
By the way, he's actually saying, old smoked up, that Bill and his daughter deserve what they are getting. And I've tried to, like, he just doesn't seem to get it. Lucy did not do anything to inherit or to garner her disabilities. But of course, the hate preacher doesn't care.
Smokey himself did not attack Bill's daughter. Smokey did not go after Lucy. I will give Smokey that credit.
By the way, I'm also aware of that comment he made attacking Bill's daughters, which infuriated me. I told Joshua her myself of Bill's daughters and their struggles. And the fact that he would do that really makes me want to just put his name out there. It's already out there, but the only reason I haven't done it is because it would start this gigantic poo-poo flinging contest.
Smokey himself did not attack Bill's daughter. Smokey did not go after Lucy. I will give Smokey that credit.
The only reason he hasn't taken a full stab at me is that he knows if he does, then my retort will be to simply say Smokey Saint is Josh Hurd. He went on Jesse Lee Peterson's channel.
There's another issue in that, while I'm not going to say Smokey's name, his name is not Joshua.
Well, my point, though, is that if Josh Hurdell, alias Smokey Saint, perpetuates in his abuse, then I am going to make a video telling the atheists where to find him. In fact, I almost said that on Bruce's stream, but I didn't fully say it. I gave them enough information to know that he went on a big YouTube channel and that he went with his full name, but I never identified it. I know he would cry like a little moron if I did, but the fact of the matter is, number one, it's not doxing because he put it in the public domain.
His name is not Joshua.
Smokey Saint went on Jesse Lee Peterson's channel with his real face, real voice, and real name. His real name is Josh Hurd. And frankly, if he doesn't stop, I am very tempted to make a video saying and showing that.
His name is not Mark.
Well, yeah, I made statements when I was against Bill on bad information, some of that furnished by Paul.
I noticed the same thing Smokey did. Bill drank heavily and continued to drink heavily. He has developed not only an alcoholic tic, but he slurs his speech, he stammers his lips. These are all signs of damage brought on from his drinking, neurological damage. As much as it pains me to say this, when Bill apologized to me nearly a year ago now or so, I took it as most people would take it, sincerely, that someone had recognized his wrongdoing and was doing the biblical thing and apologizing. So, as a Christian ought to do, I forgave Bill. Now I understand that Bill operates on a principle of keep your friends close and your enemies closer. And by the way, it was related to me by an unnamed person that when they were discussing the subject of certain people on his channel, and my name was brought up immediately after my name was mentioned by Bill. He said that very place, keep your friends close, keep your enemies closer.
But we just have to keep at it. If we just keep flagging him, we'll be fine. They would email you if there's a copyright notice takedown. I mean, this is kind of the problem with Thick Shits, is he knows exactly how to play the system to his advantage. In other words, if you flag him, do so carefully.
And yet, this is the Bill that weaponized the death of his own daughter against other people, which is just, I don't even have words for how messed up that is. In addition, it's not like Thick Shades, Andy, and Bill for years and years and years and years of being on YouTube, in excess of a decade now, have branded people the very things that are being said about Veckel and Smokey for years, have just thrown that out there flippantly. Thick Shades has even gone after Bill, accusing Bill of doing some pretty horrible things to his daughter when he didn't do that. But that's just getting swept under the rug. Enter Will Kincaid making the Earn video, What's again being ignored by Bill is 5 times Kincaid offered to take that down and met with these people 5 times. But when he took time out of Will's day with his wife, and Andy told him in no uncertain terms to more or less stop it, it wasn't going to be taken down. Now, do I think that Will should have done that? No, I don't. But I do read in the 109th Psalm that God can set a wicked man at your right hand. Lo and behold, Bill has got just that in Thick Shades. Thick Shades, who has porn domains for little kids, OPikachu.net and Porno Girls and Gay Erotica, among others, erotic shops. .net or .com, depending on the domain.
I have a feeling, though, he's done some very illegal things, and that's why he's being investigated. He can be extradited both to the U.S. and to the U.K., but I suppose we'll have to see what happens. Well, at least as Thicky is regarded, he fled to Korea since he's under investigation in the United States and the United Kingdom. As far as standing on the precipice, I'm slow to make any statement like that, but I don't think times are going to be easy going forward. Maybe Sam can see the change and become a Calvinist.
If Smokey Saint, who currently admits that he lives in California, were charged with such felonies, he wouldn't be permitted to leave the state of North Carolina. In fact, considering the charges and for what he could have been sentenced, assuming that this was true, that the allegations both were A, true, and B, that was Smokey Saint, then, well, you'd have to prove that Smokey not only committed it, but you also have to remember he could not leave on felony charges that state without being pursued by law enforcement. Those sorts of crimes are serious crimes. Law enforcement, generally speaking, does not take them lightly. They will pursue across state lines, which, by the way, if he had moved to California.
I also know that in the United Kingdom and the United States is under investigation, so I figure that he fled to Korea to subvert that investigation. I figure also that he was barely holding on and fleeing in California, so he fled where he could have not only greater access, more connections, better resources, but probably a better network and perhaps some supposed protections from investigations, although I'm sure he's not going to get away with it for long.
And it's actually slanderous. It is literally against the law to do that.